Welcome, everyone, to an unparalleled and profoundly insightful exploration that promises to revolutionize the way you approach your everyday diet. Today, we're launching into an expansive and meticulously detailed journey into a topic that might upend everything you've been led to believe about the virtues of healthy eating: vegetables you should never consume, or, at the very least, approach with the utmost caution and informed awareness. While vegetables are widely regarded as the bedrock of a nutritious lifestyle, not every variety lives up to this reputation. Some harbor insidious dangers, from potent toxic compounds and allergenic substances to severe digestive disturbances and long-term health threats that could silently undermine your well-being. We're here to unravel these hidden perils with rigorous, evidence-based insights, practical guidance, and a commitment to your health. This video will take you on a comprehensive tour of 10 vegetables that might be stealthily compromising your health, delving into the specific reasons they pose risks, how to spot the warning signs, and which safer, tastier alternatives you can confidently incorporate into your meals. Whether you're a passionate health advocate, a vigilant parent safeguarding your family's nutrition, or an individual dedicated to optimizing your physical and mental vitality, this thorough guide is designed with your needs in mind. So, grab a notebook to jot down key points, settle into a cozy spot, and brace yourself for an extended, eye-opening adventure, because empowering yourself with knowledge about what you eat is the cornerstone of a healthier, more vibrant life. 1. Raw potatoes, the hidden toxin trap. Let's initiate this revealing expedition with a kitchen essential that might catch you off guard: the ever-present potato. While cooked potatoes are a versatile, nutrient-rich component of countless meals, consuming them in their raw state is a practice you should steadfastly avoid. Raw potatoes are brimming with solanine, a naturally occurring glycoalkaloid toxin that can wreak havoc on your physiological systems. This compound is responsible for a cascade of adverse effects, including nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and, in more severe instances, neurological disturbances such as headaches, dizziness, or even confusion that could impair your daily functioning. The risk intensifies with potatoes that develop green patches or sprouts, as these areas signal elevated solanine concentrations due to exposure to light or suboptimal storage conditions. Over prolonged periods, this toxin can accumulate in your tissues, potentially inflicting damage on your liver, disrupting your nervous system, and elevating the risk of chronic conditions if left unaddressed. What makes this revelation so startling is the widespread assumption that potatoes are universally safe in any form, a misconception that could inadvertently lead to serious health consequences. To safeguard your health, store potatoes in a dark, cool environment to prevent the formation of green spots, and always meticulously excise any green areas or sprouts before cooking. The cooking process, whether through boiling, baking, or mashing, effectively dismantles solanine, rendering the potato safe and palatable. For a healthier and risk-free alternative, turn to sweet potatoes, which are devoid of solanine and offer a bounty of beta-carotene and other essential nutrients. This vegetable's concealed danger might inspire you to inspect your pantry with a more critical eye and reconsider your meal preparation strategies with heightened diligence. 2. Rhubarb leaves, the poisonous green menace. Moving forward, let's address rhubarb, a plant celebrated for its tart stalks that enhance pies and jams, yet its leaves harbor a far more ominous secret. These lush, vibrant green leaves are saturated with oxalic acid at levels so elevated that they constitute a grave health hazard. Ingesting them, even in modest quantities, can precipitate the development of kidney stones, inflict severe kidney damage, or, in extreme scenarios, result in fatal poisoning by disrupting calcium metabolism and cellular integrity. Symptoms of such poisoning include a burning sensation in the mouth, labored breathing, and acute gastrointestinal distress marked by cramps and vomiting. While the stalks are perfectly edible and delicious when properly cooked, the leaves are unequivocally toxic and must be discarded without exception. The astonishing aspect of this danger is how frequently the leaves are mistaken for edible greens by those unfamiliar with the plant, particularly in home gardens or at local markets. To ensure your safety, always remove and dispose of the leaves, utilizing only the stalks, and consider cooking them to further diminish any residual oxalic acid. Safer substitutes include spinach or Swiss chard, which deliver comparable nutritional benefits without the toxic threat. This vegetable's deceptive peril serves as a compelling call to educate yourself comprehensively about every component of the plants you bring to your table. 3. Raw eggplant, the digestive disruptor. Eggplants, with their glossy purple exterior and starring role in Mediterranean and Asian culinary traditions, might appear to be a safe and healthful choice, but consuming them raw can severely compromise your digestive well-being. Raw eggplants are laden with solanine and trace quantities of nicotine, remarkably, the same substance found in tobacco, which can irritate your stomach lining, provoke pain, nausea, and, in rare instances, induce neurological symptoms such as drowsiness or confusion. Furthermore, they are rich in oxalates, which can build up in your system and heighten the risk of developing painful kidney stones over time. Cooking eggplants through techniques like grilling, roasting, or steaming effectively dismantles these harmful compounds, transforming them into a safe and delectable food. The shocking discovery here is that a vegetable so commonly savored in cooked preparations can be so detrimental when left uncooked, a duality that might catch you unawares, especially if you've contemplated adding raw eggplant to a fresh salad. To enjoy it without risk, always cook it thoroughly, and consider replacing it with zucchini or bell peppers, which offer similar culinary flexibility without the hazards. This insight could motivate you to reassess and refine your cooking methods to prioritize safety and well-being. 4. Raw bitter melon, the blood sugar hazard. Bitter melon is extolled in various cultures for its potential to regulate blood sugar levels, yet consuming it in its raw form can invert this benefit into a significant hazard. This vegetable contains vicine and charantin, bioactive compounds that can trigger severe hypoglycemia, dangerously low blood sugar, particularly in individuals with diabetes or those utilizing blood sugar-lowering medications. Raw bitter melon can also incite abdominal pain and diarrhea due to its intensely bitter constituents, which are challenging for the stomach to process. Cooking alleviates these risks by diminishing the potency of these substances, rendering it a safer option when prepared with care. The unexpected twist lies in how a vegetable lauded for its health benefits can pose such a threat when consumed raw. To harness its advantages safely, stir-fry or boil bitter melon until it becomes tender, and opt for gentler alternatives like cucumber or cooked squash, which support digestion without the peril of blood sugar crashes. This vegetable's dependence on proper preparation is a vital lesson in the art of mindful and informed eating. 5. Cassava, the cyanide risk. Cassava, a starchy root vegetable and dietary cornerstone in many tropical regions, provides substantial nutritional value when processed correctly, but its raw or inadequately prepared form is a concealed cyanide bomb. It harbors cyanogenic glycosides that release hydrogen cyanide, a lethal poison, upon ingestion. Consuming raw cassava can lead to acute poisoning, with symptoms spanning from vomiting and dizziness to respiratory failure and death in severe instances. Chronic ingestion of undercooked cassava can result in konzo, a devastating neurological disorder that induces irreversible paralysis, particularly affecting vulnerable populations in regions where it's a staple. The shock factor lies in the stark juxtaposition between its widespread culinary use and its deadly potential, a danger often overlooked in areas where it forms a dietary mainstay. To eradicate this risk, always peel, soak, and cook cassava thoroughly, ensuring all toxic compounds are neutralized. Safer alternatives include yams or taro, which are free of these poisonous elements. This vegetable's lethal secret underscores the indispensable need for meticulous food processing and preparation. 6. Raw kidney beans, the lectin poison. Kidney beans, prized for their high protein content and integral role in hearty stews and chilies, transform into a health threat when eaten raw or undercooked. They are replete with phytohemagglutinin, a lectin that can induce severe food poisoning, manifesting as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and excruciating abdominal pain. As few as 4 or 5 raw beans can precipitate these distressing symptoms, and the toxin is only fully eradicated by boiling for an extended duration. Canned kidney beans, which are pre-cooked, present a safe alternative, but raw beans constitute a hidden danger lurking in your pantry. What's surprising is how a pantry staple can harbor such toxicity in its natural state, a fact that might elude even the most experienced cooks. To guarantee safety, boil kidney beans for a minimum of 10 minutes, discard the water, and employ fresh water for subsequent cooking, or select pre-cooked varieties. Lentils or chickpeas, when properly prepared, serve as outstanding, risk-free substitutes. This vegetable's toxic potential might spur a significant reevaluation and overhaul of your cooking practices. 7. Raw asparagus, the oxalate overload. Asparagus, with its tender spears and widespread popularity as a springtime delicacy, can pose a problem when consumed in its raw form. This vegetable is abundant in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium within the body and may contribute to the formation of kidney stones or irritate the digestive tract, leading to discomfort. Raw asparagus is also more challenging to digest due to its fibrous structure, often resulting in bloating, gas, or general unease. Cooking, whether by steaming, grilling, or roasting, breaks down oxalates and softens the fibers, rendering it a safer and more pleasant option. The shocking aspect is that a vegetable frequently showcased in raw salads can harbor such a covert risk, particularly for those predisposed to kidney issues. To savor asparagus without jeopardy, always cook it until it reaches a tender consistency, and consider cooked broccoli or green beans as gentler, equally nutritious alternatives. This revelation might encourage you to rethink your raw vegetable selections and place a premium on proper preparation. 8. Raw Brussels sprouts, the goitrogen challenge. Brussels sprouts, often lauded as a nutrient-packed winter vegetable, present a notable challenge when eaten raw. They contain goitrogens, natural compounds that can interfere with thyroid function by inhibiting iodine uptake, potentially leading to goiter or hypothyroidism, especially in individuals with an iodine deficiency. Additionally, they possess raffinose, a complex sugar that, when not broken down by cooking, causes gas and bloating due to its indigestibility. Applying heat deactivates goitrogens and enhances digestibility, transforming this vegetable into a safe and healthful choice. The surprise resides in how a vegetable synonymous with health can disrupt your thyroid when consumed in its raw state. To mitigate these risks, roast or steam Brussels sprouts until they are fully cooked and tender, and opt for cooked kale or cabbage as safer, equally nourishing alternatives. This vegetable's raw limitation is a persuasive reason to adapt your culinary techniques with greater awareness. 9. Raw mushrooms, the toxicity trap. Mushrooms contribute a savory depth to a myriad of dishes, but consuming them raw can ensnare you in a toxicity trap. Many wild varieties and even certain cultivated types harbor agarotene, a compound suspected to be a potential carcinogen, alongside other substances that provoke gastrointestinal distress, allergic reactions, or liver damage. Cooking mushrooms thoroughly dismantles these toxins, rendering them safe to eat while enhancing their flavor profile. The risk varies significantly depending on the mushroom species, making raw consumption a risky proposition that requires caution. What's shocking is the deceptive safety of mushrooms. Some appear harmless yet conceal hidden dangers that can compromise your health. Always cook mushrooms completely, preferably by sautéing, roasting, or grilling, and adhere to store-bought, clearly labeled varieties to circumvent the uncertainties of wild foraging. Safer substitutes include cooked carrots or zucchini, which deliver flavor and nutrition without the threat. This vegetable's variability underscores the critical importance of caution, knowledge, and proper preparation. 10. Raw spinach, the hidden stone maker. Spinach, frequently hailed as a superfood for its rich iron and vitamin content, harbors a darker side when consumed raw in large quantities. It is laden with oxalates, which can accumulate in the body and elevate the risk of kidney stones, particularly among those with a predisposition to this condition. Additionally, it contains goitrogens that may impact thyroid health by interfering with iodine utilization, potentially affecting metabolic regulation. Cooking spinach substantially reduces oxalate levels, enhancing its safety and digestibility while preserving its nutritional integrity. The unexpected danger lies in the fact that a celebrated health food can transform into a risk with excessive raw consumption or inadequate preparation. To enjoy spinach without compromise, steam or sauté it until it wilts and softens, and consider cooked kale or Swiss chard as alternatives with lower oxalate concentrations. This vegetable's cautionary narrative might prompt you to reevaluate your raw salad habits and embrace cooking as a means to safeguard your health. Conclusion: rethink your veggie choices for a safer, healthier life. And there you have it, a meticulous and exhaustive exposé of 10 vegetables you should never eat raw or without scrupulous consideration, each harboring shocking health risks that could imperil your well-being. From toxic compounds and acute digestive disruptions to insidious long-term threats such as kidney stones and neurological damage, these revelations are indispensable for crafting informed and secure dietary choices. We've furnished you with practical alternatives and detailed cooking tips to navigate your kitchen with confidence, empowering you to protect your health with every bite. If this in-depth investigation has illuminated the hidden dangers lurking in your diet, please demonstrate your appreciation with a hearty thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more pivotal health revelations, and share your thoughts, personal experiences, or pressing questions in the comments. We're excited to connect with you and foster a community of informed eaters. Stay vigilant, prioritize your health above all, and until our next profound exploration, choose wisely, eat smartly, and thrive with every mindful decision you make.